You doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Rosemary Noni Knight, and this is the Church of RNK. How are you doing? 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 Okay, so I'm going to be giving you 5 ideas to consider today, all around the idea of the affirmation, which is, I keep my eyes focused on the prize, I win. Okay. I was coming back home. I take my daughters off to what did I take my daughters to? To the cinema to watch Cars 3. Okay, so we went off to the movies, which was pretty dang cool. And on the way home, I listened to lots of self-development, all that kind of stuff. And I was kind of getting sucked into this book, which I won't mention the name of. But I suddenly realized that it was convincing me, or it was attempting to convince me that that some of the ideas and the dreams inside of my heart were just impossible. And you have to be so careful, okay? Even spirituality, there's a brand of spirituality, because generally people tend to come to religion or spirituality or self-development actually when they are at their wit's end. Well, not always. Some people like me have been in self-development and personal development and all that kind of stuff for a very long time. But a lot of people tend to come to these places when they feel as if they've come to the end of themselves, all their dreams are in dust and they don't know what they're doing, and oh my gosh, life is horrible. Let me just share this. I'll be back in a sec. Give me 2 seconds. Actually, you know what? I forgot my computer is right here next to me, so I can actually share this whilst talking at the same time. Let's see if I can do both. Hey, guitar. Anyway, so yes, people sometimes come to personal development, they come to look at themselves, or they come to spirituality or religion when they're at their wit's end. And there is a tendency then to make things as simple and as straightforward for people as possible, to try and avoid the fact that, you know what, if you want to live a life of purpose and prosperity and to actually see the dreams of your heart come to pass, there is a trial period, okay? There is a transition period which can feel like you're going through fire. There's no way to avoid it. Even living a life that you don't actually enjoy, you go through a trial period to get there. The problem is that if you stick in your normal regular life, well, when I say your normal regular life, the one you chose because you didn't think you could get the one you really wanted. If you stick with that one, then the pain doesn't ever end, and so then you find yourself doing things like eating too much or drinking too much or watching far too much TV, or just trying to find different ways to numb yourself so that you don't actually think about it. And sometimes religion or even personal development can be those things, because they can make you feel all excited. They can make you also put the onus outside of yourself, because hey, like religion and spirituality can sometimes be a panacea in that you are saying, hey, well, you know, maybe spirit didn't want me to have it. Maybe God didn't want me to have it. Maybe it's the timing is wrong because God did not want me to have it. And so then you can say it's nothing to do with me. It's everything to do with this God, basically, that said, I should not do this right now. So then you can almost feel less at fault, okay? And that can be the way of some forms of spirituality, some forms of religion, some forms of personal development. And I was listening to a book that, you know what, it was great stuff. It wasn't that it wasn't great stuff, it was good enough stuff. The thing is that it can numb you out, numb you from your real life and make you feel like, oh, maybe I just need to settle into what is. And there's nothing wrong with being here right now. It's just, you just need to be so careful that in the process of you going through a bad time where frankly, you just want to hear whatever will make you feel better, that you don't get sucked in to forgetting about your vision and just kind of settling for whatever you can get. I sometimes think that of things like even mindfulness. Things like mindfulness can do that to you as well. And I'm not saying any of these things are bad in themselves. It's just that I see people kind of numbing themselves out, and because the anxiety, the stress of actually making that transition to the life you actually desire is too much. And so you just find a nice, easy solution that you don't have to think about, that you don't have to put yourself out for, and you can tell yourself, well, maybe I'm just not made to do this stuff. And it's not the truth. It's not the truth at all. So my first point here is, who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Because the thing I also find slightly hypocritical as well of most of this, of a lot of this stuff, is that they tell you about not hustling and not really going all out and not pushing yourself too much because, oh my gosh, you might burn out and but really, I think usually the person who is telling you this stuff is living completely different from what they're preaching to you. But they know that what sells is, oh, don't worry, all will be well. Or they're trying to make it easy for you. So maybe their intention is not even to diminish your dreams or to diminish you. It is literally because they just want you to feel okay. So they have good intentions, but they're not telling you the truth of what it will demand from you to live out the call on your life. So I ask you again, the first thing here, who are you listening to? Is it someone that you should be listening to, or is it someone that is taking you off path? Because then you start to think there's something wrong with you for desiring the things that you desire. Okay, you start to feel as if maybe I'm just greedy, maybe I'm selfish, maybe I just need to chill out and settle into nothingness, basically, because obviously I'm not getting there, when really there is a transition period when you will feel like you're not getting there. Okay, you will feel like you're not getting there, and if you continue to listen to the nonsense being told you, you'll actually give up because you'll think maybe I'm just not cut out for this, or maybe God doesn't want me to have this stuff, or maybe who knows what, maybe you'll start telling yourself. But listen, this is our affirmation for today. I keep my eyes focused on the prize, I win. Okay, I keep my eyes focused on the prize, I win. Okay, and again, I keep my eyes focused on the prize, I win. And again, I keep my eyes focused on the prize, I win. Okay, now there are people who do have your good intentions at heart. They really do sometimes, but you're the one that needs to keep your eyes on the prize. And that brings me to number 2 here, that there can be no blame. There can be no trying to put it out on anything or anyone else. You cannot say God did not call me here when you know you have a vision for something amazing. You cannot blame God, you cannot blame Spirit, you cannot blame your coach, your mentor, you can't blame your parents, you can't blame your children, you can't blame your partner, you can't blame anyone. Because that takes your eyes off the prize. You're looking for someone to blame. You're looking for who to say, this is why I feel bad. This is why I've not reached my goals. And it's because of this thing outside of me. Guess what? If you say that to yourself for any reason, no matter how legitimate it may seem, if you say at any point that it's something outside of you that is keeping you from your goal, you become a victim, and victims don't win, okay? Victims don't win. There's just no way to win as a victim because you can't control anything outside of you. The only thing you have control over is you and what you choose to do in each day. It's like I was reading this morning, and even I need these reminders. Your attitude, whether you're positive thinking or negative thinking, it is your choice. It is a choice that you make. It doesn't just happen to you. It is nothing to do with what is outside of you. It is literally a choice you make. And for me, that is empowering. It's empowering because I can do something about it then. Because if it's outside of me, if it's God, or if it's Spirit, or if it's, I don't know, my higher power that has caused this thing to be this way, I can't do anything about it. I just have to wait. And I suppose in some ways that is the way religion does kind of sell it. Basically. And it's like, because then you're almost like I'm servant to your will, which, there's room for that. And there's also when you're just kind of copping out. Okay. And you need to know the difference. You need to learn the difference. Am I copping out? Am I using God as my reason not to go forward? And I see lots of religious people do this, but they're completely convinced in themselves that, you know what, maybe God doesn't want me to have this. But then I can see their other habits. Because you know what, this energy of wanting to go after everything that you're born for, this need to fulfill your potential, it will show up in some other area. If you refuse to actually do what you need to do to move forward and actually start to live to the fullness of your potential as your maker made you, guess what? It will show up in some other area. Some other area will not be working, okay? And you'll be trying to dampen it all down, telling yourself, oh, I can't do anything. It's not the truth. You are more powerful than that. You are more powerful than that. You were created powerful. You're created in the image of the divine. He didn't give you a vision then for you to say, oh, I'm waiting for you to tell me when to do it. No, you start doing it today. you start taking little steps forward, we have to take full responsibility and keep our eyes focused on the vision, focused on the goal, focused on the prize, okay? We don't look to the left or the right. We win when we do this, but when we start trying to find a reason or someone to blame, hey Sean, how you doing? Lovely to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. But this is it. When we could try to look outside of ourselves, or we try to find something or someone to blame for us not being where we think we should be yet, then one, you're making yourself a victim. It's almost like you're becoming a slave. You can't do anything about it. You're just trapped. You're just trapped. And honey, you are not trapped. You have options. You have more power inside of you than you give yourself credit for. But when you say it's anything other than you, okay, then you are giving away your power. And I say, take it back. Take it back. Okay? Don't be tempted to say, oh no, God didn't say it's time now, or I'm waiting for this, or oh, it's because my parents treated me this way. I know these things can sometimes be real. Maybe your parents did treat you that way. Maybe your partner is kind of crazy. Maybe. But you know what? You can't do anything about that right in this minute. And so kind of making yourself stay stuck because of all of these external things takes your eyes off the goal. Suddenly all your energy is being used to stay static. All your energy is being used to maintain the story instead of what is the best thing I can do next to reach my goal. And that's why you need to keep your eyes focused on the prize, honey. On the prize. Let me sing this affirmation to all y'all again. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. I want you to remember this. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. Whenever you catch yourself thinking, oh, it's this person did this and that person did the other, and oh my God, you know what? They may even have done it. They may even have done it. But you need to be solution focused. You need to be thinking, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody's done, man. If I want the thing that I say that I want, then it doesn't even matter what anybody else is doing. I need to figure out what is my next step to get me to where I want to go. And that is sometimes pretty dang hard. On the days when you don't feel great, you just want to have somebody else to blame. You want to have a reason and not to move forward. And so yes, that's when you start listening to things like mindfulness and how it's not your fault and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying it's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that sometimes when we're not feeling great, we're looking for any reason to tell ourselves that we're justified in staying stuck. Do you want the win or don't you? If you want the win, don't ever allow yourself to justify yourself for staying still. That's number 2, is that you take responsibility for everything, even the things that are obviously not even your fault. Frankly, you take responsibility for them anyway. Number 3 here is write out your vision again. On those days when you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I just want to blame God, or you're not even thinking I want to blame God. You just want to tell yourself, oh no, it's not the right timing for me. Or, you know, I need to practice some more meditation and be more at peace with where I am. Yeah, you know. Okay. And you know what? There's a time for that. But so most of the time, it's not the time for that. Most of the time, it's actually that you keep moving forward, basically. But you know, when you're feeling that way, you need to actually get out your journal. And in fact, this should be something you do proactively. You don't do it reactively. Proactively be writing out your vision. Keep it front of mind. Keep it at the front of your mind so that there is nothing is allowed to deter you from it every freaking day. If you have to do it every 30 minutes, you do it every 30 minutes, where you are reminding yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I getting myself up and refusing to give up? This is why. This is why I speak to so many people. They want to change. They want to change their communities. They see young people, they see women, they see men not quite living to their full potential, and they want to help them change. And yet, the first sign of trouble, they disappear. The first sign of trouble, they disappear. I see that happen too many times, and it hurts my heart to see it. It's like, come on, is your vision not strong enough for you to keep moving forward? Can I encourage you to please Write out your vision again. Make it big. Make it glorious. Do not settle for any less than every single thing you desire in your life. All the things you want to be, all the things you want to do, all the things you want to have. Write them all down and make a new commitment to yourself that you will never quit. This brings me to number 4. Be obsessed with it. I love this Mr. Grant Cardone. Oh my goodness. He's all about be obsessed or be average. I love him. So when I was listening to this other person telling me about, being average, I put on Mr. Grant Cardone and I remembered, oh yes, I am not average. I'm not average, okay? I refuse to settle. I refuse to settle. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be happy in the now. That doesn't mean that I am not, that I'm just somehow going to be crazy or whatever. It means that I have made a decision that I am going to stay on the narrow path until I reach my goal. And that must be every single one of us. That must be our focus, that we write out the vision, we keep it in front of us, and we are obsessed with it. We keep asking our spirit, intuition, everything. What is it that I can do next to get me where I want to go? What is the best thing I can do next to take me to my goals? What is it that I can do? I will not quit. I will not stop. I will not keep looking to the left or the right. I will not compare myself to anybody else. I will get the support that I need to get in order for me to move forward, for me to remove anything that tries to stand in my path, especially because I know I'm fighting myself more than anything else. More than anything else, honeys. We are fighting a battle within ourselves, a battle to remain normal and average and whatever. And that battle is a continuous one. And it's like, you have to, because you know what, in some ways, if someone was coming at you, attacking you, it would almost be easy. But it's not. Sometimes it's subtle. It's those quiet whispers, those quiet words that make you feel as though, maybe you are too obsessive. Maybe you are too deluded. Maybe there is something wrong with you. And so then you start spending most of your time trying to figure out that stuff instead of keeping your eyes on the prize and keeping your feet moving forward. Honey, I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. Let that be your motto today. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. Make a decision that you win, that there is just no other way. You win. Number 5 here is that every freaking day you're taking steps forward. You will be tempted to stop, let me just take a break here. Let me just, I need to be with my children, or I need to see my parents. I need to this and this. Even Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. You need to be moving forward, basically. You need to make a decision that you're going forward, that you're not going to be distracted. You have to keep putting one foot in front of the others, because if you give your agenda away to others, they will use it for you. Most of the time, people see your power even more clearly than you can, because yes, there is that continuous battle around you, basically inside of you as well. Am I worthy? Am I right? Am I deluded? Am I blah, blah, blah? And you're having these constant things going on in your mind if you do not learn to control your mind. And so you must take control of your mind, for one. This Cars 3 that we just came back from watching, one of the things in there, I know it's kind of Disney and all the stuff that they generally tend to come up, but I find great truths in most of these Disney things, basically. But this one was where the girl, she just didn't see herself as a racer. She'd always wanted to be a racer, but she thought she was a trainer. And so therefore, she just kept acting like a trainer, even though she was quicker than Lightning McQueen, basically. And it took Lightning McQueen to tell her, honey, you are a racer. You need to start telling yourself that you are a racer. You are a racer, and you refuse to quit. You refuse to see yourself as less than, even though it may seem that your life will be more peaceful if you accept that you are less than a racer. But do not give in to the nonsense. You have to decide who you choose to be and refuse to quit. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. I want you to take that into your day today or the rest of your day today. Number one, who is it that you're listening to? Are they actually feeding you good stuff, or are they making you feel flaccid and stay stuck? Basically, who are you listening to? Number two, take full responsibility. It's not God's fault that you're not yet there. It's not Spirit's fault. It's not your parents. It's not your daughters. It's not your sons. It's not your partner. It's not your boss. It's not your anybody. Hello, Philithia. How are you doing? Good afternoon, but good morning to you as well. It's nobody else's issue. We have to take full responsibility and keep our eyes firmly on the goal, on the prize that we are going for. Number three, write out your vision. Write it out numerous times a day if you have to, but keep it top of mind. Get obsessed with it. Number four, get obsessed with it. People will say that you're too much. Just chill out. Ignore all of that nonsense. Let them live their life the way they want to live it. You, however, you know that you are called and born for more, and you don't want to get to the end of your life having settled down because everybody around you said, oh, you're too much. Oh, you just need to relax, be happy, chill out. No. Okay? Be obsessed with it. Be obsessed with it. Be more obsessed than anybody around you. Oh, so what? Do you like the way they're living? If you don't like the way they're living, why the heck are you listening to them? Okay, and number five, one step at a time. Or as I put on a picture earlier, or I think I wrote about it, I don't know. All big things that had small beginnings. You take one step every freaking day. You're asking yourself, Lord, or whatever you ask, what is the best thing that I can do to move forward? What is the best thing I can do next to move forward? Sometimes you ask for this next 5 minutes. What is the best thing I can do in this next 5 minutes to move me forward? So you're not just asking and then not doing anything because you're asking a very big question that just, I have all day to do it. No, you don't. In the next 5 minutes, what is the best thing I can do to move myself forward? And then you take the step. It can be little steps. And people, please, if there's the six is lean in to what seems like the pain at times. You're trying to step away from the pain. You're trying to be comfortable. You're trying to be safe. You're trying to lean back. I know I want it, but man, it looks as if I go in there, I'm going to have to go through the fire. Yes, you go through the fire. Go through the fire as quickly as you can so you come out the other side, okay? Instead of trying to kind of avoid it. Let me go this way. Maybe if I go this way. No. Go through. Just go through. Stop trying to do all of this cunning things that we do sometimes to avoid what we just need to do and move forward with. You know what I'm talking about, okay? For each person, it's a different thing that you're potentially avoiding. You're leaning back from, telling yourself, oh, I can't do it now because of this, and I can't do it now because of the other. Yes, you can. There is something you can do to move forward. So please lean in. Move forward. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I win. Okay? I win. And can I invite you right now as I bring this to a close? On Saturday, I am doing a workshop. It's live. We can speak, you and me, one-on-one, to speak together on the phone, or if you need to dial in, or as in click a button in, because you can't quite dial in. There are local numbers for everybody. I don't care where you are on the planet. There is a local telephone number for you to come and join in this workshop that I'm doing on Saturday. It is all about getting rid of anxiety once and for all, because that is one of those emotions that fog people's minds from just doing the next thing they need to do in front of them, because they're all caught up in feeling anxious. And that was my story, so I say no judgment whatsoever here. I have just learned to lean in. I've learned strategies to move forward regardless of how I feel, okay? And you know what? When you're going for a big vision, there are times when, frankly, it does feel very, oh my gosh, basically. And if you don't have certain mindset strategies in place, you will just kind of give in and lean back when you need to be leaning in, okay? So on Saturday, I'm doing this awesome workshop, and I want to invite you. In fact, I am inviting you right now to go over to rosemarynoninight.com/peace, We're going to be talking about getting rid of anxiety, definitely, but we're also, because I have to connect it to financial independence, to being to living an abundant life, because there's no point, managing all your emotions if it's not actually taking you anywhere. So we're going somewhere, and where we're going is getting you living out the calling on your life and monetizing it, okay? Because you cannot do what you want to do. You cannot make the difference you want to make if you ain't making no money. So I'm going to talk you through how to do it. Some of y'all are going to be able to speak with me one-on-one to get an actual plan for yourself, okay, in order to move you forward and get you where you want to go, okay? So come to the workshop. It's a live workshop. It's starting around about, 12 noon Eastern and 5 p.m. UK. Okay, everybody else figure out your time. Go and join in though. You need to go over to rosemarynoninite.com/peace and join in. If PayPal ain't working for you, then there is another way of paying. I put it all on there. I think I have anyway. And if I haven't, I will put it on pretty dang soon. So keep checking back. Go and check it out and join in. If it resonates with you, you know you're supposed to be there. So be there. Let's make a plan. Let's get rid of crazy emotions that are keeping you stuck, and let's make a plan for you making the money, doing the thing that you are here to do, making the difference that you're here to make. It's rosemarynoninite.com/peace. I keep my eyes focused on the prize. I will. Until the next time, it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you are born to live, because you absolutely want to. Much love. Go forth and prosper. Bye.